Welcome back to the Fwoosh for our final look at the Devastator Transformers Combiner Wars set. Today we're going to be taking a look at the fully formed Devastator figure. So here are all the Constructicons in their respective combiner modes, and we are going to put them all together and form the giant hulking Devastator. So stick with us, and we're going to get this guy assembled. Sit tight. Okay, we're going to start with hook and long haul here. Of course, the shoulders and then the massive torso. So to get this guy all assembled, there are some connecting ports here, and then the backs of long haul's fists, and there's some corresponding pegs on the underside of hook. And they just kind of snap into place. All of this is kind of tricky to line up, but once you get it, you basically get it. And there. So that's actually, I mean, that almost looks like some kind of weird body as it is right now, oddly enough. So there is part of the torso. And then we can start adding the arms on. So here is Bulldozer. And Bulldozer plugs in, there's a peg right here, and then there's a port here. And then the back of the fist plugs into a little slot right here on the inside of the tread. So we're going to try to get that done. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work to get them to snap in. And then the peg, you can move the arm out of the way and then just kind of peg that in. So there. And this tread will be held in place with the chest piece. That's coming in just a second. So here is Scavenger, and it's the exact same drill as with Bulldozer. There's the port, there's the peg, and then the inside of the tread will peg as well. Let's see if we can get, there we go. Takes a little bit of work sometimes, but that's okay. And then there's the tread pegging in. So already, Devastator is starting to look like Devastator. I mean, look at that. In fact, how about we get the chest piece on there now too? So this pegs in a whole lot of different places. There's little tabs on both extremities here that tab into spots on the treads. And then I find that once I have those lined up, everything else just kind of snaps into place. There's a peg here and a peg hole here, for example. So let's see if we can get this on here. Sometimes this takes some finesse and some finagling. Yeesh. It's almost it. Okay, I believe that's it. I think we got it. It's on there sturdy enough, I guess. And so that's almost totally complete Devastator here. So let's go to the legs next. Here is Scrapper. And this is kind of an odd and interesting kind of attachment. It's so non-standard for any kind of combiner I've seen from Hasbro. How it works is this bottom leg opens up a little bit like that, and then there's a tab here and a slot here, and then both of the backs of the legs peg in at the top. It's super secure, but just weird. Okay, so there's Scrapper in place, and then all we have left to go is Mixmaster, and it's kind of the same principle. Let's see if we can get that. Ah, yeah, all my stuff is coming apart here. Okay. So that feels pretty much done and complete here. So let's get a look at the fully formed beast. There he is, there's his legs, and as we pan up, there is the fully formed Devastator. And he is just a monster. Let's get a look at that mug. Man, he is just absolutely huge. So of course we also get his purple blaster here, which can just fit into his hand. Now the arms, I mean, they move nicely, but you notice you don't hear any ratcheting. So that's a big concern of mine. I don't like that there's no ratcheting, but they're super secure. I mean, he's very posable. Elbows, again, could use some ratcheting. They don't really hold the pose that well for very long. Legs have range of motion, but because of his size, he's kind of a sketchy one to pose. So he's got knees too. So, I mean, with some work, you can probably get him into some pretty sweet and crazy poses. But like I said, with some work, I mean, he's just absolutely, he's just huge. He is huge. Let me get a comparison shot here with, well, here's Dead End, or not Dead End, Wild Rider from the current Combiner Wars series. He's a deluxe class. So, I mean, look at the size difference there. Look at how itty-bitty Wild Rider is compared to massive Devastator. It really is something else. I mean, there aren't many paint apps on him. That's all pretty sparse. But he looks good. The Decepticon sigil and like the red and the silver paint apps on the chest piece do look cool. And there are some silvers on him here and there. He could use some detailing, but again, like, he's pretty much true to his cartoon appearance, just in terms of styling and the color. So that is the monster Devastator from Hasbro, fully formed. 6 Constructicons all leading up to this. So let us know what you think about this guy. I know a lot of people are holding out for the Takara release because of added weapons, and some of the Constructicons have added articulation, like Scrapper actually has elbows, for example. But this guy, man, he looks pretty cool. In fact, you know, we haven't gotten the full picture here, so let's do the turnaround. From the back, he doesn't look that bad. I mean, naturally, the front is where the show is, that's where all the detail is, but not too bad from the back either. And here's an example of, you know, the elbow kind of not really supporting the weight of the gun very well. Again, ratchet joints, ratchets, can't say that enough. So that is Devastator. Let us know what you think about this guy. Leave a comment below. Check us out on the message boards. Leave a comment there. Or leave a comment on any of our social media outlets. So it's been fun putting this guy all together. And hopefully we will see you again really, really soon. Thanks for checking us out here at the Foosh. Take care.